Hey there, YouTube land. You've been watching my videos for a while, especially my gaming ones. Don't tend to get as many watches as the other videos. But you know that I'm not quite a fan of any one system. I kind of like them all. So I don't have the PS4 right now, but I will be grabbing that one also down the road. That being said, I wanted to talk about a couple of things gaming-wise tonight, and just show off my very small, modest Xbox One game collection. I do have an Xbox One, I do have a Wii U, I do have the PS3, and the PS4 will be the next one. I have had the PS4. I basically did got on the 3-month, 4-month rental thing to see which system that I wanted to get at the time first, and I went for the Wii U, and then I went for the Xbox One, and I'll get the PS4 when there's enough that comes there that's my style game that that I'm gonna want to get, or there's gonna be a big bundle comes out that I really don't like. That being said, let's go into my Xbox One game collection, and then we'll talk about something else. We're going to talk about Star Wars Battlefront, and yeah, and the news on that. So I've got a very small, and I do mean small, Xbox One collection, but I do have a few digital ones as well. I have, and not because I didn't go and buy digital ones most of the time. Basically, there was a there's a sale on. And I have EA Access, which is also going to get into what I'm going to talk about a little bit later. EA Access is a really cool thing. It costs like $5 a month, or you can pay like $29 for the entire year, like $30 really for the year. And basically, you get like free access to play like a bunch of really cool, in my opinion, really cool EA games. There's FIFA, there's football. There's the newest one was the new NBA game that came out. And that was amazing. Of course, he had some great shooters, of course, like Battlefield 3 and UFC. Just a bunch. Anyway, there's lots of Battlefield 4. What was it? Battlefield something. Don't remember right now. Anyway, it was really good. And because of it, you get like a lot of really good exclusives and early timed demos, releases, and stuff like that. So, my Xbox One collection, very small. And I'll go straight into why I get each one. So I got the grabbed Disney Infinity 2.0 because I'm a fan of those style games. I like the sandbox type of games, games that promote creativity. I have I have one adult child, he's 20, and have one 15-year-old, well, almost 15, who basically she loves like making worlds and stuff like that, and doing all this stuff. She's very creative, and her and Matt will basically go on and to make like all these different worlds and games and just really cool stuff. And I love the fact like that brings it on. So that was one of the reasons we grabbed that one. That one, we love Marvel and the Disney stuff. So, and that's kind of like an extension of that reasoning for getting one is Project Spark. Now, Project Spark I gotta be honest, it's amazing. It's a really cool game development tool and game. You can just like go on here and play games that other people have made. They make some really cool, amazing games. Or you can go on here and make your own stuff, make your own worlds, make your own games, make levels of like other games, and just like do your own versions of it. There are some really, really great stuff in here. Project Spark is probably one of the most underrated things that I've seen come out for any system in this generation, and unfortunately, not enough people are really grasping exactly how cool this thing is and how cool it can be. So keep an eye on Project Spark. It's really awesome. You can get the free version of it on on your Xbox One, so it's worth a download. Check it out, see different worlds people are doing, and see if there's something else. You may be that make the next really cool game, and it could start from something small like that. And let's keep in that line. Minecraft, one of my most played games ever. Xbox One edition. There's some great skins. You can buy Doctor Who skins and like Spider-Man, the Marvel superhero skins, stuff like that. There's even like this real kind of little Christmas theme. But I just love this game. Me and my daughter we'll start playing it, and it's like 6 or 8 hours later. We'll really marathon through this stuff and have a lot of fun. And some arguments, and blame each other for taking off on the other person, stuff like that. but love Minecraft. If you never played Minecraft, and I'm guessing everybody in the world by this time has either played Minecraft or or seen a Minecraft video or something, it's really worth playing. I used to like, honestly, I'll be honest with you, when I first heard of Minecraft, I thought it was the stupidest idea ever. Like, how the hell is anybody going to get into that? The graphics are meh. It's all 8 bits and stuff, but it's really good, and it's really addictive, so just to let you know, it's really addictive. One that I haven't got to play a lot of, I'm a big fighting game fan. I got to get Mortal Kombat X. I don't have that one. I really need that one, but I really can't afford it right now. It's Killer Instinct, and this was the combo breaker pack. It's basically, it's got like 8 characters type of thing on it, so it's kind of I think with one extra character as a downloadable content was this dude here. Fun game, not something you're going to pay a lot of money for. But if you can get it for fairly cheap, it's a great throwback. Killer Instinct, of course, is an old fighting game. This was like kind of the reboot of it, the relaunch. They did a Season 2 as well. I like the way they're doing those with the Season 1, Season 2 packs. Not so sure if I like it so much with the fighting games as I do with like stuff like the story-based games that Telltale does. Next up is WWE 2K15. I actually found this to be really good. Some of the animations in certain parts are not the way that they should be for a next-gen game. Though overall, I think this is a fantastic game. It's really fun to play. I love the control system on this one here. I find it very easy to use. It took me a while to get used to the like getting it down for those reversals, but once I did, I had a lot of fun with this game. There's a lot of downloadable content there, so just know that before you go in. There's like all different kinds of storylines and modes that you get 2 storylines when you go in there, but it's like 3 more that you can actually buy. And I just can't see Mark Henry's storyline being one that's going to be like getting a lot of people to buy it. So yeah. Next up is probably the best exclusive that I've seen on the Xbox One so far, in my personal opinion, and that is Sunset Overdrive. This game is just fun. You pick this up and you start playing it, and like 3 or 4 hours later, you're still playing it. You're doing all kinds of moves, all kind of parkour stuff. It's got a great animation to it. It's just got some amazing stuff. So if you've not played Sunset Overdrive, it's a really fun game. You really owe it to yourself to play it. It's not something you can describe. Even like watching it, you cannot describe the feeling of playing the game until you actually play it. It's just really fun. Last but not least, because I am one of those guys that likes these games that get hated on a lot, it's Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I really do. I enjoy it. I like the Call of Duty games. I found this one to be really fun. I like the upgrade with the suits. I found that to be a good bonus. I play this one. I have Titanfall with, of course, I got that one. I got the digital edition that because it was down for like $13 for the complete thing with all the maps and everything. So there's no way. I just bought my Xbox One, I think that same day that Titanfall sale went on. And so I grabbed that right away because I'm a really big mech fan. But I actually find that the shooting outside is a lot better. Anyway, Titanfall 2 will be coming to both systems, so both PS4 and Xbox One fans can get it from their respective system. Now, Star Wars Battlefront is coming out from EA. When they did the video, they announced it on IGN that Xbox One would be getting it earlier, being like basically demos, like kind of we'd be able to play the game earlier in some format because we'll do the EA access. So there was a lot of comments down below about, well, hate comments and type of thing, like, Xbox is, I can't believe Xbox is doing this, and, paying the, this is another Xbox, this typical Xbox, getting the exclusives and all this stuff. Well, it's not an exclusive game. Just putting that out there, they're getting it a bit earlier. Why are they getting it earlier? Is it because Xbox paid money to get it earlier? No, actually, it's Sony's fault, to be honest with you. And this is not a hate thing. This is a reality check on the whole thing. When EA Access was announced as something that was going to be coming out, it was something that was kind of like shown to both Sony and Microsoft as something that they could each put on their consoles. Now, Microsoft chose to go with EA Access and thought it's a great idea. It's like a supplement. People can get it. They can get games from Xbox Live. They're looking at like their own like subscription services and all that stuff down the road as well. But it was another option for people to have. It was inexpensive. It was cheap. And it was kind of cool. Sony, however, going with their PlayStation Now, the thing they put a bunch of money into, and had a horrible like, yeah, as bad as, remember when Xbox One was announced and they had all these like kind of weird restrictions and rules and all the stuff that didn't come to be, but at the time sunk Xbox to the point where it's like making its way back up right now. Well, PlayStation Now is Sony's version of that. When it was announced, everybody was excited. When the pricing was announced, everybody just didn't care. Well, they cared, but not in a good way. So what happened was that Sony refused EA access, stating at the time that it didn't fit in with their business structure, and they didn't think another possible pay service would be feasible or viable for their customers. Or in other words, they didn't want it to get in the way of their PS Now, and especially if it was going to be really pricey. EA Access thing going at $5 would kind of shine a glaring light on the fact that PS Now was extremely overpriced when it started. And that's why the Star Wars Battlefront game is going to be playing earlier on the Xbox One. Not because Microsoft bought exclusivity rights or bought rights to get it early, because Microsoft chose to go with EA and have access. Therefore, if you have EA access on your Xbox One, you can play it. You can play Star Wars Battlefront early, no problem, because one, EA gives like early demos and releases of games on EA Access as part of being, as a premium. Saying, okay, you're buying EA Access, you're getting it every month. Here's your here's what you get for it. Here's some games. Here's like some demos. Here's some early demos. Some beta stuff, which was really cool, and there'll be little sales on there as well. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole thing. Not that it's not an exclusive. It's not like a timed exclusive or something that was bought out. It was the fact that Sony chose to get greedy with the PlayStation Now thing and not take EA Access. Microsoft went with EA Access because they just wanted to get as much stuff on the system as possible to get like people in there, because they knew they screwed up in the beginning, big time. So it was Microsoft's idea. It was like, okay, let's give people a pretty big smorgasbord of stuff, and let's hope that this catches on. That's starting to work. They got Phil Spencer in there, and he's doing a really good job. So there we go. That's my Xbox One collection, my talk on Star Wars Battlefront. It was really getting on my nerves. I mean, there's so many comments down there, which was the same thing over and over again. And I know that people have their favorite systems, and that's all good and great. I think that they're all fantastic this time around. I don't think there's a bad system, and that includes the Wii U. I think they've all been like really great. I've enjoyed playing the PS4. I've enjoyed playing the Xbox One. I've enjoyed playing the Wii U. At this time, for me, my Xbox is what I like to play most. But I'll go in spurts. I'll go like playing my Nintendo, and I'll get playing Mario Kart. I'll get playing Super Smash Brothers. Then I'll just go back and I'll play my Xbox One. I'll still play my PS3 because I'm a big SingStar fan, so I play a bit of that. And I like the fact that in the PS3 you could actually take your PS2 SingStar discs and put it into the PS3, and they would actually load up the songs for you. That was really cool. I'm guessing that's something that you can't do on the PS4, which is unfortunate, because a lot of people collected and had a lot of discs, and yeah, too bad they couldn't do it kind of the way that I don't know how Rock Band's doing theirs, but you could like transport over songs that you'd already bought in Rock Band and stuff like that to the new Rock Band that's coming out, Rock Band Live or something like that. which is going to be really, really fun, I think. Anyway, this is my little gaming vlog. This is something that is going to look if it gets 10 to 15 views. And I know that because, not as many people watch my channel to hear me talk about video games as they hear me talk about, like, the other stuff. And if I get, like, 10 to 15 views, because I talked about Star Wars Battlefront and Xbox One PS4 thing, then this is going to be probably my most thumbed down video too. So, but at least if you thumb them down, no, there's no real excuse for thumbing down. I mean, you can, like, give comments, but give them, like, hateful comments. You can actually say, no, well, I think this, but thumbing down is like, yeah, but it's attention, right? It's notice, it's notification, it's notice that, okay, you watched my video. You may not have liked it, but you watched it. But they'll get better, hopefully. Anyway, it's late here. I wanted to play a game before I went to bed, but it's going to be too late now for me to play anything, because I know that anything that I play right now is going to take me into the wee hours of the morning, and it's already 3. So, got to work tomorrow. I've got a really tough day today. It was one of those days at work where it gets so rough that you just want to walk out. And I had one of those days, one of those just want to walk out days. I actually got in the night before to see a movie with my friend, and not normally the type of movie that I would go see at all, actually. But I had a friend that was going from work to see it, and it was like, so it's going on our own, and I hate that. So one of my better half to come, but she was basically she couldn't, and this wasn't her type of movie. But I said, okay, I'll watch it. It was checked in a bit of my man card and went to see the film. God, what's the name of it? The Longest Ride. Yeah, that's what it was. It was kind of I like to say romance. It wasn't romance. I thought it was going to be a romance or something like that. I guess in a way it was. It was a drama. And by a writer by the name Nicholas Sparks, who I didn't know anything about until I Googled his name before the movie. And apparently he did a lot of movies, books that became movies, like The Notebook with Gosling, the guy from Young Hercules. Yeah, I'm a geek. That's what I know him from, and Drive and stuff like that. And what was the other one's called? I don't know. A Walk to Remember, which I have never seen. But this was okay. I mean, it was done in like 2 parts. The character, there was like 2 storylines going on. One was like a storyline of like basically flashing back on an older couple and their life, their romance, their time together. And it was this new kind of meet cute type of romance. It was almost Harlequinish in the first part of it, and how that went. It starred Clint Eastwood's son, who looks just like his dad when he was back in the Rawhide days. Like, man, it's amazing how much he looks like his dad, which is really, really good for people who like Clint Eastwood. This kid's good. So the modern day story is okay. It's not the mess. It's really predictable and it's kind of forced at times. But the story with which Alan Alda, who's in the movie, narrates, is really well done. And I think it's not going to have the same fan base and going to get the same attention that something like The Notebook would get, or some of the other more romantical things that did, because the movie, honestly, the modern romance is really of little consequence to the whole thing. You really don't care. The older romance that goes from meeting till the end, and past that, you do care, and it matters, because if you've been in a relationship, or if you're in a relationship, you've been there for for years, or you're in that spot where it's past the Hearts and Flowers and the early stuff, then you kind of mature into a different type of love. A love that I'm getting real deep here, man. This is supposed to be a game vlog. Uh, but you realize with love there's sacrifice and there's contentment and there's the whole idea of, and it's kind of mentioned in the movie too. The two basically, there are so many times when you're on your own or with someone, and this works with love. This works with life in general. Is that you spend so much time being blocked by what's not there, what's not in your grasp, what you don't have, that you forget to appreciate all the great stuff that's around you. You're and it's a kind of, it's a life lesson when you think about it. And when a lot of people go in to watch movies like this, they don't want to hear or talk about the more mature love that happens. The stuff happens. It can be hard, but you can be happy and enjoy each other. We want the grand gestures, the really big ones. That usually makes these films so popular, and that works here in life too. We tend to. I'm a collector, as are many of the people that watch my videos. But I'm not just. I don't collect things just to have them on a shelf. Everything that I have here, I've got a lot of stuff here. I've got really, honestly, emotional attachments to the movies that I got. I've chosen things because they are things that that mean something to me. Even though like kind of the silliest thing, I picked up a movie not that long ago called The Internship, which is just a silly little comedy with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. It was one of those that I'd never ever turned on watching, but it was on Netflix, and at a time that I was really down, and it made me smile. And it was some older dudes starting over, and I felt like that was me at the time because I was this older guy starting over. I was in college, but so yeah, so movies do that stuff to you. I mean, like, but in the time, in the moment, sometimes when I'm collecting and stuff, I got a bunch of arrows and that I really like, and then I get hung up on the fact that I have no Shameless, or that Four Fives and Grey Velvet is the only Argento Blu-ray I don't have, and it becomes a sticking point that stops me in like from enjoying all the awesome stuff that I've managed to be blessed with being able to acquire, to get the stuff that I really love, the stuff I've been looking for years. I mean, I had a very small movie collection, and I was extremely grateful for every single title that I had because it was stuff that I'd worked hard for and that I spent a lot of time in getting. And with my game collection, I don't have a very big game collection, but they're all games that I really love. I kind of don't like to put filler in there. I used to do that. I used to like buy stuff just because I thought back in the day that, you know, okay, this looks impressive. This is something cool to have. But now when I get something, it's got to have some attachment, some meaning to me, something that I'm really going to enjoy, something I'm going to love. And of course, there's the blind buys that you hope are going to turn out good. But those things too, there's still ones that you just really want to think about. When I'm at Tourist Trap, the DVD, it was like just because I just remember seeing the movie on VHS back then and being like completely like freaked out. And being excited because I got the movie Bleed, which is a horrible, horrible slasher film that Full Moon did. And you know what? Full Moon doesn't like to do slashers, but they did a few back in the day. That's not Charles Manson. It's not his thing. It's not what he likes. But I had got a kick of this movie, and it was one of those DVDs I got early on when I was collecting DVDs. So I was able to find it again, and I flipped it. I was so excited. I was so very excited. This guy had this bunch of movies on this table, and I really wish he'd come back. So this turned into like more than a gaming vlog. I'm gonna have like change the title on this thing here. But there you go. Appreciate the stuff you have and the people around you, because every single day that you get to be with the person or people that you love is a gift. It's a precious, wonderful, beautiful gift. And carpe diem. Every day. Seize the day. Seize the moment. Let the person that you care about know how much you care. Don't worry about the stuff that you can't get together or you can't do, or things that seem to block your way from enjoying there. We all have money issues at times, and unfortunately health issues that we work through, and just times when we just don't feel 100% or even 50%. But it's really worth it to just look around at how much you do have and how important all these people are to you, and let them know, because they don't know unless you tell them. They have no idea what they want to. They want to know that they matter. And with same thing with your with the stuff you've got. If your collection is like mine, or smaller, you're just starting out. Either way, every single one that you get. I mean, right from the I really feel so envious of people that are just starting, like in their movie collection and what they're and stuff that they're getting, and stuff that they're being able to watch for the first time. I'm older. Professor Pin moniker isn't just because I know a lot about movies, because I'm an older guy that knows about movies, and I don't mind that. But because I watched a lot of movies, as I'm old enough to have seen a lot of movies. But I'm so jealous of the people that are seeing some of these fantastic films for the first time, that are going in and collecting, grabbing their first Screen Factory, or they've just got a region-free player. Blu-ray Dan, looking at you there, and are starting to get their region-free movies. Just so many great things. Or people that come on YouTube, and they're on here now. Parsnip Burger and Toddy Walnuts, guys like that. They've just started on the YouTube channels, and they're having such fun with it, and realize that they were great commenters before, and they had a voice, and they've been typing that voice for so long, and didn't realize that, oh, wow, this can transfer over really well. And it did. It transferred over really well, and now they have two fantastic channels. And you've got a new way to a new outlet to speak with and talk with, and that's the way it goes. That's my sappy talk. That's my overblown blah 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 thing at the end, because I saw a movie and it made me get kind of sappy last night. So, do I recommend that you watch the movie? Depends. If you like that type of movie, yeah, it's a decent movie. It's nothing you're gonna rush out for. I'll buy it because I saw it in the theater and it hit a certain emotional chord with me. But is it something that I think is a great movie, or no? It's an okay film. It's something to watch. It could have been done on TV. But apparently a lot of these movies probably could have been done on TV. But that's me. That's not my style of film. Usually, I did enjoy it, and I did enjoy the emotional aspect of it. I really like Alan Alda. So any scenes that he was narrating, it was just amazing. It was harder seeing him now that he's older and he's playing an older character. I'm used to Hawkeye, so it made me realize I was older as well while watching the film, because when I was younger, he was younger. And I remember this younger guy, and I'm like, we're both getting older. And I was coming out of the theater, and a couple times during watching the movie, I just wished, unfortunately, my better half, wished she couldn't come. I wish she'd been there. Because there was a couple romantical type moments where I just wanted to, like, hold her hand. And so just to let her know that I appreciate her. And I got out from the film. And I said, you know, it bothers me sometimes where I'm getting older. And it can be hard to, like, face that I'm not as spry as I used to be, even though I still like to think young. But I could honestly say that when I looked over at her and thought about it, I'm like, and I thought it's the greatest compliment that I can give to anybody, and much I gave to her that night because it had to be said. I used to hate the thought of getting older. It used to scare me and annoy me and petrify me. But my better half has made me look forward to getting older with her and my children. She just she was able to do that, and it's not easy. But when you meet someone that you look across the room at, and you realize that all those things that seem really scary, not at all. They're they can be a blessing. They can be interesting. They can be fun. They can be a challenge that you're looking forward to now because you have the right person that complements you and yourself, even when you think that that's not possible. So if you have that person in your life, please let them know they are that person in your life, and they mean that. If you don't right now have that person in your life, please don't think that you're never going to have that person in your life or that it's not possible. I'm in my 40s. We've been together for we've known each other for about 5 or 6 years. So I met the person that finally that made me feel it's okay to get older, and as long as I'm getting older with you, late in life, but I'm okay with that. Thanks for watching. For me right now, it's time for tea. Say hi to the big North in the sky. Have a great night, and enjoy.